Hey guys, it's DBD Gamer Girl here. Welcome back to my channel. I've been playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild lately, and it really got me thinking about Link and Zelda's relationship and how complex it is in this game. And I've seen kind of a growth and change in their characters and their relationship just over the course of this one game, and I thought it would be really cool to cover it because I've always shipped Link and Zelda together romantically, and I feel like this game has the biggest evidence that they are actually romantically interested in each other. So I thought I'd link a little video on the progression of them throughout this game, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
That boy is a living reminder of her own failures. Well, at least that's how the princess sees him.
So the first stage is definitely distrust and insecurity. It's pretty evident from Zelda's journal entries as well as a lot of comments that Urbosa makes that Zelda's pretty insecure about not being able to harness her power while Link is so successful and like widely respected as a knight. I feel like she kind of projects her insecurities, leading her to believe that Link despises her or he thinks less of her for not being able to awaken her power and fight alongside him. The first mention of him in her journal is, P.S. Tomorrow my father is assigning him as my appointed knight. After he's appointed as her knight, she opens up about it a little bit more in her journal and she writes, I still recall feeling his eyes on me as I walked ahead. The feeling stayed with me so long I grew anxious and weary. It is the same feeling I felt before in his company, and still not a word passes his lips. I never know what he's thinking. It makes my imagination run wild, guessing at what he's thinking but will not say. What does the boy chosen by the sword that seals the darkness think of me? Will I ever truly know? Then I suppose it's simple. A daughter of Hyrule's royal family, yet unable to use sealing magic. He must despise me. So you can see here, she definitely is projecting her insecurities onto him a little bit. Like she's thinking about what he's thinking and kind of driving herself crazy over it when really he's probably not even thinking anything of her at all. And then you can see that Urbosa does, mention to Link that Zelda is insecure, and when she sees him, she sees her own failures. So you can definitely see them start off kind of with a rocky relationship where Zelda feels inferior to him.
It makes her feel like a failure when it comes to her own destiny. Don't worry, it's not like you carry blame in any of this. It's unfortunate.
Then this kind of leads into the second stage of their relationship where Zelda kind of self-reflects on herself after she explodes on him for seemingly no reason. There's a scene where she gets visibly annoyed with him for always following her. I mean, he's just doing his job because he's her appointed knight and he's trying to keep her safe.
Why you bullying me?
But she wants to just be independent and do her own thing, and she does get frustrated that, she's not being able to harness her power and he's always following her around, trying to protect her because she can't do anything herself. And that leads to a lot of probably suppressed emotion that leads to this outburst. But you can see immediately after this scene, she does have a journal entry where she says, I said something awful to him today. My research was going nowhere. I was feeling depressed and I had told him repeatedly not to accompany me. But he did anyway, as he always does, and so I yelled at him without restraint. He seemed confused by my anger. I feel terribly guilty, and that guilt only makes me more agitated than I was before. So you can see that she feels bad about her actions. And this leads us to the third stage of their relationship, which to me is the best part, where I feel like Zelda's feelings for Link really awaken for the first time. Basically starts with the iconic scene of the Yiga clan chasing Zelda, and they have her to a point where they're surrounding her, and then Link basically just steps in and he saves the day. And I'll just let you guys watch it and just see Zelda's expression and just the emotion on her face. It kind of speaks for itself. And then she goes on to say, I am unsure how to put today's events into words. Words so often evade me lately, and now more than ever. He saved me. Without a thought for his own life, he protected me from the ruthless blades of the Yiga clan. Though I've been cold to him all this time, taking my selfish and childish anger out on him at every turn, still he was there for me. I won't ever forget that. Tomorrow I shall apologize for all that has transpired between us. And then I will try talking to him, to Link. It's worth a shot. So you can definitely kind of see here that she gushes over him a little bit in her journal, and she expresses a desire to get to know him better, which until this point she didn't really care to do that. And this, I think, leads to the fourth stage of their relationship, which is just having deeper conversations.
I'm trying to be a bit more empathetic. Benefit of the doubt, you know?
Zelda opens up to Link about her insecurities and the pressure that she feels from everyone around her, including her own father, and just what society kind of expects of her and all the pressure placed on her, and how sometimes she feels like a failure. She does open up to Link about all these things that she's feeling.
Our only hope for defeating Ganon is lost, all because I couldn't harness this cursed power. Everything I've done up until now, it was all for nothing. So I really am just a failure. All my friends, the entire kingdom, my father most of all. I tried and I failed. I left them all to die.
And though we don't directly hear from Link, Zelda's journal indicates that he does open up to her as well about the pressures that he feels. When I finally got around to asking why he's so quiet all the time, I could tell it was difficult for him to say, but he did. With so much at stake and so many eyes upon him, he feels it necessary to stay strong and to silently bear any burden. A feeling I know all too well. For him, it has caused him to stop outwardly expressing his thoughts and feelings. I always believed him to be simply a gifted person who had never faced a day of hardship. How wrong I was. Everyone has struggles that go unseen by the world. I was so absorbed with my own problems, I failed to see his. I wish to talk with him more and to see what lies beneath those calm waters, to hear him speak freely and openly. And perhaps I too will be able to bare my soul to him and share the demons that have plagued me all these years. So you can definitely see here that they share a lot in terms of the societal pressures that they feel from those around them, and they kind of relate to each other in that way, and they are opening up to each other about like kind of these deeper emotions. And I don't think that is an appointed knight and a princess only relationship. Like, there's definitely more there, and I definitely feel like there's romantic feelings getting involved here. And that leads me to my next point about their love deepening. I can say these are some of the most important cutscenes, and the last few memories are what drove home the deal for me that Link and Zelda have a deeper connection than just friendship. So the first thing is that Mipha hints at the fact that what awakens her healing power for her is thinking about someone she really cares about.
If I may, I thought you, well, I'm not sure how to put this into words. I'm actually quite embarrassed to say it. But I was thinking about what I do when I'm healing. You know, what usually goes through my mind. It helps when I think about...
But she gets cut off, but I think we can all imagine what she was about to say.
It helps when I think about...
And then in the final critical moments, when Link is about to give his life for Zelda, suddenly her power awakens and she's able to protect him. This cutscene is just so full of raw emotion, like way too much emotion for it just to be for a girl and her appointed knight, you know what I mean? And she doesn't even like take the time to be happy that she's awakened her power because she's so concerned about Link. Her full attention is on Link.
Link, get up! You're going to be just fine. So he can still be saved?
And if this isn't enough to convince you, like there's another point after all this happens where Cass has a song which lyrics literally says the princess's love for her fallen knight awakens her power, and within the castle the calamity is forced to cower. So it definitely says it right there. I mean, you can argue that it's not like romantic love, it's just the love for her appointed knight or whatever, but come on, like there's no way. And if this all is not enough to convince you, I think the last two things I'm going to talk about will definitely convince you. So in one of the final memories, Zelda is talking to the great Deku Tree, and she asks the Deku Tree to leave a message basically for Link to pass on a message to him. And she says, I ask of you when he returns, can you please relay this message? Tell him I... And then the Deku Tree cuts her off and says that words intended for him would sound much better in the tones of your own voice, don't you think? And, you know, you could speculate what she was about to say here, but I am 100% sure she wanted to say that she loves Link, and the great Deku Tree realized that, and he was like, that's really something that you should tell him personally, not through someone else. He was like, TMI.
TMI. TMI, my friends.
But anyways, and then the last symbolic part, which really again drives it home for me, is that if you get the special ending of Zelda where you've unlocked all the memories and everything, she is basically talking to Link at the very end after they kill Ganon, and they walk off together on their adventure, and you can see flower petals flying everywhere with like some dramatic music. And, you know, this is pretty cool on its own, but it's even cooler when you link it to the fact that one of the construction workers, Bolson, like after you attend a wedding, he says, at the end of Hudson's wedding, did you see the showers of flower petals? And then he says, I'm glad, proves your quality. Those flower petal showers can't be seen by the vapid or disenchanted. The infinite falling petals represent endless love. And if you rewatch the ending cutscene with this quote in mind, when you put it all together, it just makes sense. So I thought I would just make a video on that. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know if you have any Zelda theories, if you enjoy this style of video, because I had a lot of fun finding all the cutscenes and making it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and if you want to get a chance to have a shout out in my next video, just leave any comment down below. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.